Picture this. January 2020, you invest $10,000 in NVIDIA stock at around $6 per share, split adjusted. Fast forward to today, October 2025. That same investment, worth over $300,000. That's a 3,000% return, a 30x multiplier, in just 5 years. NVIDIA didn't just grow, it became the world's most valuable company, hitting nearly $5 trillion in market cap. But here's the question everyone's asking. How did this happen? Today, I'm breaking down the 5 key reasons NVIDIA absolutely crushed it from 2020 to 2025, backed with data, timelines, and the brutal truth about what actually drove this historic run. Before we dive into the 5 reasons, let's set the stage with some context. Back in 2020, NVIDIA was already a solid company, known for making gaming graphics cards, the GeForce lineup that PC gamers loved. Revenue was around $11 billion, market cap hovering around $150 billion. Respectable, but nothing crazy. Then, everything changed. By 2025, NVIDIA's annual revenue exploded to over $130 billion. Net income, $73 billion, with profit margins around 56%. The company went from making chips for Call of Duty to powering ChatGPT, autonomous cars, and literally every AI breakthrough you've heard about. So what happened? 5 massive catalysts converged at once. Let's break them down one by one. Reason number 1, the artificial intelligence tsunami. Here's the thing. AI wasn't new in 2020. Researchers have been working on neural networks for decades, but between 2020 and 2025, AI went from a research lab curiosity to the defining technology of our generation. When OpenAI drops ChatGPT, within days, millions of people are using it. Within months, every tech company on Earth is scrambling to build their own AI. Google launches Gemini, Microsoft integrates GPT-4 into everything. Meta goes all in on AI research. Suddenly, AI isn't just a tool for scientists, it's infrastructure. And here's the kicker. All of these AI models need one thing to work: massive computational power. We're talking about training neural networks with billions, even trillions of parameters. You can't do that on your laptop. You need specialized hardware. NVIDIA's graphics cards were originally built for gaming, rendering complex 3D graphics in real time. But it turns out the same parallel processing architecture that makes graphics beautiful also makes them perfect for AI. While traditional CPUs process tasks one at a time, NVIDIA's GPUs can handle thousands of calculations simultaneously. For AI training, that's the difference between a Formula One race car and a bicycle. In 2020, NVIDIA launches the A100 GPU, the first chip purpose-built for AI data centers. It delivers 20x better AI performance than previous generations. OpenAI uses tens of thousands of A100s to train GPT-3. In 2022, the H100 arrives, the Hopper architecture, with specialized transformer cores. This chip is 4 times faster than the A100 and becomes the backbone of ChatGPT's infrastructure. Priced at $30,000 to $40,000 each, and they're sold out for 18+ months. Cloud giants like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google are buying them by the hundreds of thousands. Then in 2024, Blackwell GPUs hit the market, B100 and B200 models, with 30 times faster inference speeds. CEO Jensen Huang reveals they're sold out for over 12 months, with projected sales of $500 billion from Blackwell alone. NVIDIA's data center revenue, which is almost entirely AI-driven, went from $3 billion in 2020 to $115 billion in 2025. That's a 38x increase in 5 years. By 2024, NVIDIA commanded 95% market share in AI training chips. Not 60%, not 80%, 95%. When you're using ChatGPT, generating images with Midjourney, or watching a self-driving car navigate, there's a 95% chance NVIDIA hardware is doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. AI demand didn't just help NVIDIA, it is NVIDIA's story, and it's still accelerating. Reason number 2, total data center domination. Now, you might be thinking, okay, NVIDIA makes the best AI chips, but why can't competitors catch up? 2 words: CUDA moat. CUDA stands for Compute Unified Device Architecture. It's NVIDIA's software platform that developers use to program their GPUs. And it's been in development since 2006, almost 20 years of refinement. Here's why this matters. Over 30 million developers worldwide are trained in CUDA. There are massive libraries of pre-built tools, CUDA for deep learning, Tensor RT for inference optimization, all optimized specifically for NVIDIA hardware. If you're a company building AI, your engineers already know CUDA. Your codebase is written for NVIDIA chips. Switching to AMD or Intel? That means rewriting millions of lines of code, retraining your team, and praying the performance matches what you had before. It's not just expensive, it's risky. So even when competitors release chips that technically match NVIDIA specs, companies stick with NVIDIA because the ecosystem is unbeatable. Think of it like Apple's iOS. Once you're in the ecosystem with all your apps, photos, and workflows, switching to Android isn't just buying a new phone, you're rebuilding your entire digital life. That's the CUDA mode. Let's look at how NVIDIA's revenue mix changed. In 2019, gaming was 47%. Data centers? Just 25%. By 2025, data centers account for 88%. Gaming has shrunk to just 9%. NVIDIA went from a gaming company that dabbled in data centers to a data center giant that happens to sell gaming cards on the side. And the growth is insane. Data center revenue grew nearly 40x in 5 years, from $2.9 billion to $110 billion. Every quarter, NVIDIA crushes earnings estimates. In one quarter alone, Q3 of fiscal 24, NVIDIA's diluted EPS was $3.71, up 12x from 27 cents the year prior. Every single earnings report from 2023 onward crushed analyst expectations. Every single one. Wall Street kept raising price targets, and NVIDIA kept beating them. This wasn't hype. This was pure, fundamental, undeniable growth. Reason number 4, positioned at every major tech intersection. Here's what separates great companies from legendary ones. Diversification across multiple high-growth trends. NVIDIA didn't just bet on AI. They positioned themselves at the center of 4 massive tech megatrends simultaneously. AI and machine learning, we've covered this. 88% of revenue, the core growth driver. Megatrend number 2, cloud computing. Every major cloud provider became an NVIDIA mega customer. Microsoft Azure spends $20+ billion annually on NVIDIA GPUs to power Azure AI and their OpenAI partnership. Amazon AWS buys hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs. Google, despite having TPUs, still deploys NVIDIA GPUs by the tens of thousands. In 2023 alone, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Meta spent $200 billion on data center infrastructure. NVIDIA captured 30 to 40% of that spending. NVIDIA positioned at the center of 4 major tech megatrends. Megatrend number 3, autonomous vehicles. NVIDIA's drive platform powers the brains of self-driving cars. Mercedes, Volvo, BYD, and hundreds of EV startups use NVIDIA chips to process sensor data in real time. Automotive revenue grew 76% year over year, reaching $1.5 billion in fiscal 2025. Every new car is becoming a data center on wheels, and NVIDIA is positioning to be the Intel of the automotive era. Megatrend number 4, high-performance computing. NVIDIA GPUs power 70% of the world's top 500 supercomputers. They're used in climate modeling, drug discovery, nuclear fusion research, and genomics. Nobel Prize-winning research runs on NVIDIA hardware. Why this matters? Most companies are one-trick ponies. NVIDIA is selling the same pickaxes to 4 different gold rushes happening at once. If AI cooled off tomorrow, which it won't, cloud, automotive, and scientific computing would still drive growth. This strategic breadth gave investors unshakable confidence in NVIDIA's future. Reason number 5, when the story becomes reality. Let's be honest, stock prices aren't just about fundamentals. They're also about narrative, sentiment, and belief in the future. And NVIDIA became the story of the 2020s. Jensen Huang, the rockstar CEO, founder and CEO since 1993, known for his signature leather jacket, his keynote speeches at GTC became must-watch events, rivaling Apple product launches. He predicted the AI revolution as early as 2012 and spent 15 years investing in CUDA when no one else believed. When a CEO has that track record, investors give them the benefit of the doubt and pay premium valuations. In May 2023, NVIDIA hits $1 trillion market cap for the first time. The stock jumps 28% in a single day after blowing out earnings. Early 2024, $2 trillion market cap. Mid-2024, $3 trillion, surpassing Microsoft at times. July 2025, $4 trillion. October 2025, flirting with $5 trillion, the first company in history to reach that level. Each milestone generated massive media coverage, FOMO among retail investors, and a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everyone believed NVIDIA would win AI, so they bought the stock, giving NVIDIA more capital to invest in R&D, which helped them actually win AI. Goldman Sachs raised their price target 12 times in 18 months. Morgan Stanley called NVIDIA the most important stock in the market. Bank of America named it their top pick for 3 consecutive years. NVIDIA became the #1 most held stock on Robinhood. It dominated discussions on Reddit's Wall Street bets and investing forums. And critically, NVIDIA executed flawlessly, beating earnings for 12+ consecutive quarters. The hype was justified by results. NVIDIA's PE ratio went from 30x in 2020 to 50 to 60x at peak hype. But here's the thing, because earnings grew so fast, the forward PE actually compressed to around 30x by 2025. The stock grew into its valuation by delivering. 80% of the stock's rise came from real earnings growth. The other 20%, multiple expansion, driven by investor confidence that NVIDIA's moat would last a decade or more. So let's bring it all together. NVIDIA's 30,000% stock surge wasn't luck. It was the perfect storm. The result, one of the greatest wealth creation stories in modern financial history. From $11 billion to $130 billion in revenue. From $150 billion to $5 trillion in market cap. From gaming chips to powering the AI revolution. The big question now, is NVIDIA still a buy heading into 2026?
If you found this breakdown valuable, smash that like button, drop a comment. Are you buying NVIDIA in 2025 or is the run over? And subscribe for more deep dives into finance videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.